MiniWarGaming Speed the Cooler Bat Rap.
Tau turn 4 begins now, as we're basically going to push and try and get that flag planted on one of the closest buildings, or whichever building I can. First I move up my drones and pass off the flag, because I can do it at any point during the movement phase. So the commander's no longer carrying it, it's up to the drones. Then the commander moves 6 inches on top of the fortress, and now the battlesuit moves, then takes the flag from the drones, and basically passing it down the chain there. The fire warriors rush up because they have EMP grenades, so they're going to try and blow up that tank. First they'll toss, and then they'll assault it and blow it up with their, basically their haywire grenades. We call them EMP grenades, but they're basically haywire. My drones then move up to the back arc because they're going to shoot it in the back, because it's only armor 10 in the back, so our strength 5 guns can take it out. And more drones gather up. They're going to be either shooting the tank in the back there, or firing at the Squigoth. These guys jump the wall because I want to have the fortress barricades to defend my guys against any shooting that might come from outside, as well as just because I like hiding behind walls. It's what Tau do. Next we've got the Devilfish moving over, just kind of blocking the way for my Fire Warriors, and the Fire Warriors, they try to move through cover to get back in it, but they didn't make it, because I wanted to pick them up so they wouldn't be stuck outside against the Orks, but they didn't make the move through cover, so they're going to be there, and they're going to stand and shoot and shoot and shoot and hope, because we'll see if we can stop that Ork horde that's coming towards them. The other Hammerhead, it moves around the corner, as well as this Devilfish turns around and aims at those Orks. The other Devilfish turns and aims at these Orks, because we're going to fire everything we can at them, see if we can get rid of them. First though, the commander fires his Plasma and his Melta. The Melta is the green one, he's hitting on 2s, he hits with everything. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling if he fails. Wounds with everything. He goes to make his 5 up and fails it. So his commander, his warlord, is slain from the Melta shot, because it does do instant death. He had cyborg armor, that's why he had to save it all, if you were wondering. Then we've got the shots that begin on the Orks here. First I fire the large submunition round from the railguns. It gets a direct hit and hits many of the Orks. He's going to get a cover save of 4+ though for being in the ruins there. But I still get a whole bunch of Orks wounded, and that's the burst cannons firing now as well. So I go to wound with everything. Bunch of wounds already there. And now I fire the burst cannons to try and wound, and they get a bunch of wounds as well. So he's got to make a whole bunch of 4-ups, and he makes quite a few of them, but still loses 2, 4, 6, 7, and then we're at the 8, and now we're at the knob, but he does a lookout, sir, and fails it, so he takes a wound. But that was the last wound, so his knob still survives. Now I've got my Fire Warriors. They're going to spray their rifles into him, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So a whole bunch of hits, then the re-roll, and they get a bunch more hits, or at least another one, and then wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s still because of preferred enemy, and a whole bunch more wounds. And now he's got to try and save against that, because we agreed that he would get the 4-up save against that as well. So he goes to save, gets 4 of those, and does lose another 2 boys right there. The burst cannons from all of the Devilfish fired, because I figured not one of them is going to be enough. And we just won't shoot the knob if it comes down to it. So I go to hit, get a few hits, but they're hitting on 3s right now. And wounding on 3s, they miss with a few, and goes to try and make his 4-up cover save, which he makes easily, so only 1 boy goes down. We just pick the front corner guy. Then the marker lights fire from the other the other unit there, trying to hit the battle wagon, getting 2 marker lights against it. And then I used both of those to buff the ballistic skill of that Fire Warrior team to toss his photon grenade. Hitting on a 2, hits now on a 2 to his 5 as a glance, 6 as a pen. And I get a pen, and it blows up. 3 6s in a row, blows up the 100-and-something point tank, and just like that, in an AoE of 4 inches, that drone is getting roughed up by the dice, but he'll be okay. But they all have to take a few hits though, because of the explosion. Does hit a few of the guys nearby, and I believe 2 of the Fire Warriors get killed. I did do my lookout, sir, so it's not the squad leader. Then the drones have to make their saves, and they do, or rather see if they get wounds. So he loses the battle wagon, and ruins are placed there instead. The Fire Warriors then fire at the big critter that's walking towards them, hitting on 4s, re-rolling the 1s though. Wounding on 5s, re-rolling the 1s for that. So they get a whole bunch of hits, and then 1 re-roll, which does another wound, and he's got a 4-up armor save against all of these hits, so not looking good for it, and it goes down as well. But they are rather cheap, so it's not a big loss, but it is at this point because he is running out of models. My battlesuit commander then tries to run, or not my commander, my battlesuit tries to run. He does turn out to be going through a minefield, the other stratagem that Andy had, but I do pass my dangerous terrain and no one else runs, so no one else has to go through it. I then fire a railgun shot, or a pair of railguns across the board aiming for the tank, and I do get a hit, and I get nothing. I needed a 12. Or no, I got a glance, but he made his armor save. That's what happened, yeah. So nothing happens. I then fire my drones. They're hitting on 5s, re-rolling to hit. They get 1 hit. I just need a 6, but I can't get another one. I got enough 6s, though, when I blew up that battle wagon. So now I do my jump, shoot, jump. They jump around. The dice get stuck on the floaty base there, and it gets to 4 inches. So the battlesuit just kind of jumps over the wall, just about to go into that building and win the game. Orks turn 4 begins. This is kind of his last chance. He's going to just kill some stuff because he really wants to just kill some of my units. He doesn't press that, so he will be able to shoot the cannon, and these guys move through cover, so they rush up towards those fire warriors because he does not want to fail the charge through difficult terrain. Orks are closing in. Fire warriors are going to try and stand and shoot, and we'll see if we can try and stop them at this end of the game. The tank fires its large shot into the unit of fire warriors, which actually scatters quite a ways, but lands right on my commander, who it wounds. He fails his save, and I rolled for feel no pain, but I forgot that I don't get that because it's instant death. So he finally kills the commander, but it's too late now. Now he tries to shoot at my fire warriors, or charge my fires, but I'm hitting on 6s and then re-rolling 1, so I get 6 hits, wounding on 3s, and I get 5 wounds, but he has a 4-up cover save and makes every save. So they charge in, and now my fire warriors are in close combat. This is the honor guard against the melee orc unit. Not looking good for the Tau, but we're going to go down swinging. Or not looking good for these Tau, rather. The Tau overall, they're doing pretty good, but not right here. So that orc has 1 wound. The fire warrior hits. He does a wound, but the orc does have heavy armor, so he only has a 4-up, or he has a 4-up, so he lives and crushes that fire warrior commander, or squad leader. The rest of the fire warriors attack. They do get to go first thanks to the grenades that they have, but they only do 1 wound, and they do actually kill one of the orcs, but then the orcs attack. And that's that for the fire warriors. I think 2 of them survive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 2 of them survive, but the squad leader's gone, so they need Snake Eyes to not run. They fail and get overrun right there. So the orcs do wipe out one of the fire warrior teams and then move another 2 inches, looking at that fire warrior, or not the fire warrior, but the battlesuit that is across the map about to cap the objective. So here we are at the end of the game. At this point, Andy surrenders, knowing that even if he was able to get out of that base and blow up both of my tanks and make it to the commander, he won't be able to do it fast enough. So he does concede, and the Tau plant their flag on the enemy fortress. Hey there, MiniWarGamers. Dan, move your head. They can't see it, but I can. Anyway, that was our game. That was 1850 Planet Strike. I'm afraid to say that Tau won again. And stay tuned, Vault members. We're going to do a post-game where we actually talk about what happened in this game. And remember, if you're looking to get a Tau army or an Orc army, link down below. And go to miniwargaming.com/challenge to come beat me or beat Dan. Well, that's not a challenge, though. Really. So, I mean, anyway, happy wargaming.